Welcome to the home of the DIY movement, where we build stuff and paint things.
All right, y'all, here we are where we last left off on part one. We got the steering wheel in SPI epoxy. It's been a few days. Epoxy's cured, and now that it's one color, we can see all the imperfections that were missed in the putty stage. Overall, it's not that bad. Just needs a little bit more work, but you really can't see what you got until it's in one color. So here's what we're going to be using: the Dolphin Glaze, that's the part number, and the putty. The putty is a 1K product. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't use that. I think that's geared more towards like really small pinholes. But the putty is a 2-part, so you know it fills those imperfections pretty good. Here I am using the 1K stuff, and like I say, some of those areas were too big for it, so I end up sanding it off and going with the Dolphin Glaze. Once I got all the putty on, I let it sit for about 15 minutes or so, and then I started sanding it with 180 grit Sunmite. So 180 works pretty good. You really don't want to go back to 80 grit stage. You don't want to introduce all those real coarse scratches. So just kind of sanding the stuff, applying the stuff with my finger. Use a little bit of lacquer thinner, clean the finger. It's not a problem. Here I am using a Durablock 180 just on the back side. Cuts it down pretty quick and flattens it out really nice. Here we are, all sanded down, and I believe I took it up to 220. And we're getting ready to spray some 2K urethane primer over the whole thing. Put the horn bezel in there just to see what covers and what doesn't. Here we are, we're using the shop line 2K primer. I don't know how we ended up with that, but we had a little bit left. Mix is 4-to-1, so the smallest amount I could mix was 5 ounces. I figured that'd be enough for two full coats, and put it on pretty heavy over the filler. So this piece is kind of awkward to spray and not miss any spots. You really got to go over every little nook and cranny as you're spraying. But I got it in 2 coats with 5 ounces. Here we are, all coated up. Still see some very minor imperfections, but those sand out pretty good. I got quite a bit of primer on there. Here we are a few days later, just looking at the 2K, and we still have some missed spots. So I went and put some more of the Dolphin Glaze on it, and then I wet sanded it with 600 grit. This is the steering wheel after I sealed it. I didn't record any of that, but I just sealed it with reduced epoxy 1-to-1-to-1. Getting ready to spray the DBC base coat, which is the same color as the car. That stuff mixes 1-to-1, and I believe I mixed up 4 ounces of paint. Using the Iwata 1.3 orange cap. Really dialed in the fan. You don't need to have a real wide fan on such a small part. Was able to get the steering wheel in 2 coats of color with 4 ounces of paint. Here we are, it's coated, getting ready for the clear. Euro 4-to-1-to-1. I mixed 6 ounces of that, and that was enough to get 2 full coats. So like I say, this piece is kind of tricky to spray and slick it out, you know, without running it. And here it is, all cleared up, 2 full coats, 6 ounces, slicked it out. I'm going to be two-toning it, so I didn't bother to put the little paint dividers in. We're still trying to decide on what color is going to be the second color of the car. I think it's going to be darker. So we're going to go ahead and two-tone the steering wheel once we figure that out. I would recommend masking off where the horn contact goes. That way you get a good ground. So we're gonna have to scrape the paint off of that. Here's the finished product, guys. I think if you include the base coat and the clear, we're probably in this repair for 75 bucks maybe at the most. Came out great. Probably going to get a new centerpiece there. That one has some pits. Overall, it doesn't look bad. Let me know what you guys think about this little repair here. You guys can do this yourself to your steering wheel. You don't got to buy a new one. You don't got to spend 400 bucks. Overall, I think the job came out pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Y'all stay tuned for more work. Thanks for watching.